Hi everyone. This is the second video of the series of videos that I call Survival, Enlightening, Anti-Stress, and Happiness videos. Okay? This video is called Should-have, Could-haves, Must-haves, Might-haves, Would-haves. No? For short, should-have, could-have, would-have. Alright? So we have to understand some things. In my case, the most important thing is to take out guilt complex. But in other cases, different other reasons. So first, I think we have to understand that what was already was. What was already was. Number two, what was really was. That is really happened. We were there, we lived it in real time. It really happened. Number three, what was what was. All right, what was what was. It was not any other thing. The would have in here, or the could have, or the should have, comes in because what was. If it hadn't been like that, it was only in the God's possibility to not having happened. All right. So, for example, something bad happened. My case, for example, when my mother passed away, I always have said I should have uh, said more reassuring words. I should have um, uh, tuned in music. I should have, no, but I did not, and it would have been possible only in God's possibility. If it hadn't happened, it could have been because we would have been dead, or we hadn't existed at all. But what happened was what happened because that was the only thing that could have happened. All right, that's why it happened. And in my case, if I really don't like what happened, what I should do instead of feeling guilty, what I should do is, well, to understand that we are human beings, that we couldn't be perfect. And also, what I told you in the first video about the programming, my programming was like that. I just didn't have, uh, in those moments, I just didn't have the programming to act differently. So, if we don't like, I don't like what happened, what we could do is to transform the would have, should have, could have into a lesson to be shared, not taught, because it depends. The other person wants to be taught, we teach them. We only can say that we can share with others. So the idea, exciting idea here is what happened to you that you didn't like uh, is to share it with others as lessons, all right? As what you could have actually done in that situation, all right? You could use that term, I could have, and what you can share with others so that they in the future don't do the same thing as you did. I believe, I'm sorry, I believe this is wonderful. Let me change the page. All right, I believe this is okay. More on that. All right. So what happened to us? What was for us? That was what was for us. There was no other possibility than what we lived. All right. If we hadn't lived that, it's because we hadn't existed actually, or we had died before that happening. But what happened was what was meant to happen to us. So I can also say the past is God's, the future is God's, and the present. Present, by the way, is a gift. So the only thing we have is the present in which we can act. This is not new. You have heard it many times, but I have another idea, very revolutionary idea about this that I'll tell you in a moment. So, also, we couldn't say if I had married another person, if I had married Prince Charm, I would be living in a castle right now. You cannot say that because the would haves, the could haves are always used in the positive. For example, if I hadn't left that opportunity, a good opportunity, I could be rich right now. You cannot say that because that includes, it should include the other possibilities. Okay, the X possibilities of positive thinking, but also the bad situations could have happened. For example, if I had married Prince Charm, I would be happy in my castle right now. That's one. But if I had married him, maybe the next day in the honeymoon, we could have died of an earthquake. And you cannot tell me that this couldn't be possible, because this is a possibility, as the many possibilities you could possibly imagine in your wild imagination. All right. So that's very important to, if you ever dare to use, as we will eventually, to use the would have, could have, should have, please also use them in the negative, unreal past situations. All right. Let me see. Also, okay. So what is today? As always, as people say, all today is the only thing I have. All right. Yes, that's logical. But also you can see today as what? You can see today as before that, let me ask you, can you go back to the past and fix it? Well, only in the movie, Back to the Future and Back to the Past, that wonderful movie. But in real time, can you go back to the past and fix it? The answer is no. But you have a special past that you can go back to. And it's called, how is it called? This is special past that you can go back to. Let me ask you a question. What day is today? Today is Wednesday. No, wait a minute. Today is Thursday. Okay. What is the future of today? Well, the future of today is the future of today could be any day after this, but also the future, the past. Wait a minute. The past of yeah, the past of Friday. If today is Thursday, what is the past of Friday? The past of Friday is today. So today is the past. We're actually living in the past. And in the past, which is today, we can go and fix our lives, to go and do what you didn't dare to do before, because you're going back to the past. You have another opportunity. You're in the past. That's one way to see it. Other way to see it is that the opposite, that you are living in the future. Why? Because, okay, what was the past of today? Today, the past of today was Wednesday, which was yesterday. So, what is the future? What was the future of Wednesday? The future of Wednesday is Thursday. So Thursday is today. So you're living in the future. So wow, we are in the future. So in the future, you can do many positive things also, because you're in the future. You're like taking the advantage of advancing. You're not in the present or in the past anymore. You're in the future. All right. Well, that's another way to see it. It's another abstraction that you could do. I think that's about it for today. It is fascinating. We as humans can make these abstractions. It is fascinating. So thank you. I hope this helped you to this helped you, but it is not really to talk about guilt complex. I'm gonna say some last words about guilt complex. Guilt complex is would have, should have, would have. We already discussed that. So, in the past, in the real past, you didn't have the experience that you have now. In my case, as I tell you that my mother passed away, I didn't have that experience in those days, so I couldn't do what right now. If I had this same experience, I could do very, very, very differently because I already had the experience. So you should not feel guilty of actually anything because you did not have the experience. And what you could do is, as I said, teach others. What you also could do is to go indemnify this person. If you did something wrong, you should go and indemnify the person. And like in the case of my mom, she's already passed away. She's with the Creator in her very special place that she's right now in heaven. Okay, I cannot see her, I cannot indemnify her, but what I can do is I could do something while I am alive, is like to help others. And that's what I am dedicating my life to. I'm devoting actually my life to what I really can do, what I can do, which is to right what I am doing with my son is a special project. We want the government of Mexico and other countries to pass some laws to defend children and women, and this is what I can do. So I cannot go back to tell my mother nice and sentimental and appropriate farewell words, but I can right now dedicate my life to help children. They are suffering, and that's what I can do instead of feel guilty and go to religion and ask for forgiveness from the other external forces. No, I think just what I, in my beliefs, what I can do is go and help others in real time. Okay, thanks for watching, and I have other very important knowledge to share with you, with the hope that it helps you as it really helped me. I have suffered a lot because I didn't know all of this knowledge. Now I know, and I hope that I can save some sufferings from people. All right, thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.